Today, I would like to introduce Omnic monitoring solutions for the PV system briefly. Okay, look at this picture. This is the typical residential PV system. The energy flows from the PV array to the inverter. Direct current has been transferred to alternating current in this process, then to the distribution panel, and the last used by the AC loads, often to be the electric grid. So, well, is the system may be going wrong. How can we know that and solve it as soon as possible if there really something wrong there? And even more important, how can we know how much energy we have, this system have generated and how much money we have earned? So what's the solutions? Yeah, it's the monitoring. How does SMA and Power One do this? I think most of you seated here know these two brands, right? For SMA, I think they use the local network and telephone connection. For Power One, I think they use the radio and Bluetooth. Also good idea. Yes, both SMA and Power One monitoring system are good enough. I agree, but too expensive. Maybe cost you several hundred US$ to pay this monitoring system. So our purpose is to develop cheaper, much cheaper monitoring system, and also powerful and effective monitoring system. So how Omnic do? Yeah, you can see this is our monitoring system. We use the Wi-Fi and the GPRS. The data logger collects the data from the inverter every 5 minutes, then transfer it to the Omnic website servers. Right now we have 2 servers. One is in USA, another one is in Germany. The users could visit our website to do the monitoring through their laptop. And also we can provide end-user applications like iPhone, iPad. So the iPhone, iPad users could download the end applications from an app store if you use iPhone or iPad. For the Android users, they can download the end-user end applications from the Google Play. So it's the same. Actually, the software is free completely. So, and the hardware for this system also maybe cost you about $50 US. So you can see how much we can do, how much cheaper we can do than SMA and Power One. Here is a description about Omnic monitoring. There are 2 monitoring modes. One is the Wi-Fi, another is the GPRS. So let me introduce the Wi-Fi first. We have 2 different devices optional for the Wi-Fi mode. One is Wi-Fi kit, another one is Wi-Fi card. Look at the picture. The first one is Wi-Fi kit, or GPRS kit, and the second one is the card. So the difference between the kit and the card are the first one is the kit should be installed actually and need an actual power source. The card could be integrated inside the inverter, which doesn't need to be installed again, and the power needed is from the inverter directly. Second is the kit could monitoring nearly 50 units inverters at the same time. So through the way of the inverters are connected in series with the cable. In series with cable, yes, and the card could be monitoring 1 unit only. So that's the difference. The third one is the kit could support wire and wireless 2-date transformation ways. The distance is longer, about over 100 meters in open area. But the card could only support the wireless mode. And the data transformation way is shorter and about 60 meters in open areas. The fourth point difference is the Wi-Fi cards should support offline monitoring. It means that the users could use their laptop or their smartphones to communicate with the cards directly. They don't need to the internet to monitor the running status of the inverter. So I think for the Wi-Fi card, the internet is optional. They can use the online mode or the offline mode at the same time. But for the kids, the internet is necessary. Also, there is also same points between the kids and the card is that, sorry, both the case and the card should be communicated with the router because we use a Wi-Fi signal. They should be communicated with the router, so transfer data through Wi-Fi. So that's the same point. Finally, the GPRS kit and the card are nearly the same with the Wi-Fi kit and the card, but also some difference with the Wi-Fi. There is the same card instead of the GPRS kit. They use the GPRS signal to transfer the data. And they didn't need the router to do any setting because the Wi-Fi you have to do maybe the match setting, but the GPRS didn't need to do this. It's just the install is okay, finished. So I think it's better way for installation and time and labor saving. Here is the general monitoring chart to show how does Omnic monitoring system work. Just as what I discussed before, and I repeated here briefly. So totally, the monitoring system could be divided into 3 modes. The first one is the kit, including the Wi-Fi kit and the GPS kit online mode. And second is the Wi-Fi card offline mode. It means the point-to-point monitoring way. The third way is the card, I mean including the Wi-Fi card and the GPS card online mode. So generally, it could be divided into these 3 monitoring ways. Here is an additional function about the Wi-Fi card. I think is better to have a glass. Except the monitoring function, the Wi-Fi card has another function added. The monitoring function, we call it read. Which means to read the data from the inverter and transfer it to the internet. But it also has the write function, which means it could control the inverter. Normally, we can update the firmware of the inverter through this Wi-Fi card, and also do some parameters changing through this Wi-Fi card. So I think it's much more useful for the service when they do the repairing or the software updating. So I think it's very useful for them. Okay, here is a periodic summary. Considering the advantage of the different monitoring devices, here are some recommended for different PV projects. For the additional PV projects, we recommended the card, including the Wi-Fi card and the GPS card, because it has been integrated the inverter and the good protection. We have IP65 protection of the inverter, so it's better for a residential project. And for the commercial projects, I recommended the kit, including the GPS kit and Wi-Fi kit. So it's more economic, but all of the is optional, depend on the customers. So what general information and data we can provide in this monitoring? Here I take Omnic building rooftop 5 kilowatt project as an example. The site profile reference like the name, the picture they would like, the location, and even the weather forecast for 3 days. Everything here they can edit in the setting manual. This is what exact data and information we can monitoring. The real-time, first picture is the real-time data. It allows the users to see what's exact data right now. Second is the daily data. All right. So third is the weekly, and fourth is monthly. So you can see every exact data from the monitoring, and below is the value, so you can see how much money you have earned. And the bottom is the alert. I think is very important for the PV system, because if there's something wrong with the system, it could email you directly and immediately. Also, here are some points, exact details from just take 4 pictures here, like the input, output, current, and voltage. Another function for our monitoring is the download function. It could allow the users to download the data locally and to comparisons with the neighbors, maybe. And the below picture is the Google Map. It's easier for the service people to find out what's the exact location of this site to do the on-site service. Here is our distributor account, which means that it's a super account. You can see the number here. It means how many installations have been installed in this area. So you can zoom in to visit every detailed information about this site. So this is a super account because this doesn't release to the distributors. And also the interface of the super account here, the total installation and how many are active. This is the procedure how to upload to our database. Yeah, I think this maybe interests you. This is the end user interface for iPhone or iPad. Just the same data from with the website because it's the same database. Is this also Google Map every information of your income and saving? All right, thank you.